Hello guys, welcome to the 3D market commentary today. My name is Becky. My email address is down here. That's becky@tradictive.com, and there's also support@tradictive.com, and I'll show you a link you can go to as well to contact us through that as well. So many places you can go if you have any questions about anything. Now let me just make sure that the disclaimers are covered. They are up there on the top left hand side, so please do read them, not just for legal purposes but also to understand what you can expect from these kind of videos. Now the 3D market commentary is a video that we do every day to expand on an email that we send out every day. Now the email that we send out every day has information on 5 major world markets, and we look at 3 separate elements per market, hence 3D market commentary. So we're looking at the probabilities and statistics for each of these markets using 3 separate elements. So we'll come to that in a minute. Just to show you very quickly, if you do have any questions, I would prefer it, you can email me, but I prefer it if you go to this link to ask them. So this is tradewithufos.com/Becky. Now from this link you can do a variety of things. You can get apps directly from here for different platforms that you might be using. You can book one-on-one coaching with me if you'd like, and you can scroll down, and once you've signed in to our free membership, you can ask questions here, which is great because it means other people see the questions and other people see the answers. So you can see questions down here. It's kind of like an FAQ section. So it means we can all learn from this area together. So ideally that's where you post questions. If not, you can email me. So let me bring up that email that we send out every day. So there we are. There's that one and this one. So the email is on the left, and of course the market data is on the right. So we'll look at each of these one by one. And first, we're going to just explain what this 3D approach is, what the 3 separate elements are. Now, the first thing we're going to look at per market is market climate, meaning where's the upcoming market direction? Where's the probability? Up, down, nowhere, which then helps us decide whether we buy, sell, or do nothing. Now, with everything that we do here, we're using technology and statistics to help us with this. Now, for this particular part, we look at AutoClimate. It's a free app on most platforms you can get it on. And what AutoClimate does is tell us where the probabilities are with the dots that we see. So ignore the lines and just focus on the dots down here. If we have a thick red dot, that tells us, thick blue dot. If we have a thick blue dot, that tells us probability is upwards. If we have, and let's see if we can find one, there we go. So again, just to say we are just explaining the market climate bit here. So a thick blue dot on market climate, on auto climate, tells us probability is up. A thick red dot tells us probability is down. A thin dot of either colour tells us probability is neither way. Therefore we do nothing. So we have a better idea of what we should be doing in the markets, buying, selling, or doing nothing. So we'll look at auto climate per market. Then what we look at is buy and sell UFOs, unfilled orders. Where are the markets likely to turn from based on where are the buyers and where are the sellers? If we know where big stacks of buyers and sellers are, that gives us a good indication of where price might go up or down from. Buyers push price up most of the time, sellers push price down most of the time. So again, we use an app to help us. In this case, it's called AutoUFOs. And we see these little green ones. Those show us where buyers are, and it tells us on the right hand side the prices, between which prices we have lots of buyers. We also have these little red UFOs with prices on the right hand side that tell us between which prices we have sellers. So again, helping us to figure out where price might go up or down from. And then we want to look at market volatility, how quickly the markets are moving. So we'll look at each of these elements per market, starting with the S&P 500, which is what we have here. Now with the S&P, we have a thin dot on our auto climate. That's telling us not enough probability either way, so we do nothing. Now bear in mind, for each of these markets, we are looking at daily charts. So of course, different things happen on different time frames. This is relevant to a daily chart. So on a daily chart of the S&P, not enough probabilities either way. Now we do have sellers just here between 47.07 to 46.63.25. And we have buyers underneath us at 46.19.50 to 45.59.25. So if price were to hit these sellers, which we're quite close to, wouldn't be surprised to see it fall down from there. If price were to hit these buyers, wouldn't be surprised to see it go up from there. For the time being, not enough probability either way. In terms of volatility, we expect that within 1 year, the S&P 500, so the top 500 US stocks, would go up or down in 1 year of 17.8%. So in 1 day, that is 52.24 points up or down. In a week is 115.01 points. And in a month, 239.41 points. So that's the S&P. Now the next market is oil. Now as I load it, it says up here about the different education you can access with us. We do a bunch of courses in many different things: stocks, forex, futures, backtesting, trading plans, psychology. Now most of our courses also come with 3 months complimentary access to the apps. AutoClimate's a free app on most platforms. You can get it on anyway. AutoUFOs is a subscription model, monthly. You pay monthly for it. Now, depending on which platform you use, depends on what the cost of it is. Now, you can subscribe directly to the AutoUFOs. You don't have to do a course in order to get them. But most of the time, it ends up being cheaper to do a course and get the UFOs for free for 3 months than it would be to just simply get the UFOs. So check that out depending on what works best for you. So with crude oil, we have it looks like it's just become a thick red dot, so probability to the downside. We're also at the start of what would be a normal move to the downside. We've only just started this trend to the downside. However, we do have buyers that we are within right now. We are amongst a big stack of buy orders right now. That's between 83.42 to 78.25. So buyers likely push price up. So what we've got right now is sellers coming in from the climate, probability down, but we've got buyers that are pushing price back up. So we're kind of fighting at the moment. We've got these equal forces, equal but opposite forces fighting. So keep out of it. That's what I would say. No need to trade something where you don't have clear probabilities in one direction. Now, with volatility, we'd expect oil to go up or down in 1 year by 37.09%. So in 1 day, that's up or down of 1.91 points. In a week is 4.2 points, and in a month, 8.73 points. So that's oil. Now, moving on to gold. That's the next market. Now, as I load it here, it says that says down there about coaching and support. We offer loads of coaching and support for free on many platforms, so search for us on Facebook and YouTube, things like that. We also have a closed coaching community, which is a small monthly fee to have access to more of our time in a closed environment. So check that out as well if you'd like to. Otherwise, we do offer a bunch of support for free. So with gold, we have a thick blue dot, confirmed upwards climate, probability upwards. Now we are still within what would be a normal move to the upside, so still room for it to continue for a little while. We have sellers here between 1962.5 to 1938.4, and we have buyers here at 1652.8 to 1622.4, so quite a big gap between our buyers and sellers. Nothing close to us that could push price up or down either way really today. So overall, we have probability up, and it's coming mainly from the climate. Now, with market volatility, we expect that gold would move up or down in 1 day of 16.8%. So in 1 day, that's 19.72 points up or down. In a week, 43.42 points up or down. And in a month, 90.38 points up or down. So that's gold. Now, the next market is the US dollar. Now, the US dollar is responsible for about 80% of transactions worldwide daily. So be aware of it. Whether you trade it or not, it's likely to impact the markets you do trade. Now, with the US dollar, we have a confirmed upwards climate, thick blue dot, probability upwards. We have also just started what would be a move to the upside based on what usually happens, so room for it to continue. We have buyers beneath us at 94.645 to 93.865. And we have sellers a little bit above us at 96.145 to 95.675. We're kind of in between, slightly closer to the buyers, but being pushed up at the moment by the climate. So probability up here for the US dollar. Now, when it comes to volatility with the US dollar, we'd expect it to move up or down in 1 year by 5.98%. So in one day, that's 0.36 points up or down. In a week, 0.79 points up or down. And in a month, 1.64 points up or down. So that's the dollar. Now, the last market is backed Bitcoin. So let's load this. Here we are. So with backed Bitcoin, we have confirmed upwards climate, thick blue dot, probability to the upside. Now we have sellers here between 69,000 to 66,642.5. So if we were to hit them, we would expect price to fall a little bit, at least. We have some buy orders here, 62,692.5 to 60,947.5. If price were to fall down and hit them, we'd expect them to push price up. So at the moment, still probability up from the climate, but bear in mind that we will be coming into sellers soon, so bear that in mind. With market volatility, we'd expect Bitcoin to move up or down in 1 year by 98.2%. So in 1 day, that's 4,053.39 points, up or down. In a week is 8,923.12, and in a month is 18,574.96. So that's all of our markets. For each of them, we've looked at market climate using AutoClimate app, or using the AutoClimate app, to tell us where we have probabilities, up, down, or nowhere. Thick blue dot is probability up, thick red dot, like that, would be probability down, and thin dot of either colour is probability neither way. So we've looked at that per market. We've also looked at buy and sell UFOs. Where do we have buyers and where do we have sellers that could push price up or down, respectively? And then we've looked at volatility, how quickly we expect the markets to move. If you have any questions on it, you can reach out to us. Just before we wrap up, one last thing to look at, which is our weekly economic calendar. We get this from fxstreet.com, and what we do is we filter by high impact news, meaning we want to know which scheduled news reports are likely to have an impact on these markets and perhaps create volatility. So today being Thursday, it's Veteran Days in the States, Remembrance Day in Canada. It's also Remembrance Day here in the UK. We also have gross domestic product coming out for the pound. Now it looks like all of these we would have already impacted the markets, so maybe not really much to be aware of today. For tomorrow, we've got some news coming out in the morning for the US dollar that could affect the US dollar. For now, not really much today that could impact a lot of markets that we know is coming out, right? So any questions, please go to tradewithufos.com/Becky. This is link up here. From here, you can get apps if you want them. You can book one-on-one coaching if you'd like, and you can post questions in this space, which is great for us all to learn from the same area. We can all see the questions, we can all see the answers. I will love you and leave you guys. Hope you have a great Thursday, a great trading day today. I'll be back tomorrow for the market commentary then, so I'll see you then.